Hello and welcome to Capsule Closet Stylist. So today I wanted to do a quick video on what I see are the spring-summer trends for 2022 and also the trends that I think if you're building a capsule wardrobe might be best to consider and maybe the ones that are probably best avoiding. So if you've not come to my channel before, subscribe below, comment in the comments, let me know what you think, and also let me know ideas for future videos. I'm always up for kind of getting feedback on what you want to see. So the trends this spring summer, there's two kind of opposing ones in terms of colour actually. One is like the really bright neon colours, and then on the opposite side you've got these neutral kind of monochromatic tones. Think your beige and your stone and cream and grey, those kind of colours, what I would call canvas colours. I see canvas colours as being the backdrop of your wardrobe, you know, and then you put the brighter colours on top. So the way that they're worn actually, and they are ideal for a capsule wardrobe because those kind of tones tend to be quite timeless, and they also tend to transition very easily from spring to summer, and also they go with lots of other colours. So those kind of neutral beige stone colours, although they might sound a little bit boring to some of you, can be quite good as a backdrop. And the way that we're seeing them worn this spring summer is monochromatic. Now monochromatic is essentially something that kind of transitioned from autumn winter, and it's like, for example, if you can imagine having a kind of beige pair of trousers like this, is a wide leg pair of trousers, which is another trend still in this spring summer, and a top like that. Now it's kind of the same colour, you would consider it the same colour, but they're different tones of the same colour. So in this light these look lighter than they are actually, but because that's the other thing to think about as well. So the way to wear this kind of neutral monochromatic trend is to choose a colour which is the same all the way through, but choose different tones of that colour. And the way that you can actually do that is similar to what's going on here actually. This top isn't as far away from this one as it might look on the camera, and that is because the light is picking this up differently to what it's picking this up. So this is like a viscose and this is a cotton, so the light hits it in a different way, so sometimes it can make it look slightly different. So a really good way to wear that monochromatic trend is to use different fabrics, because they could be almost the same but actually look quite different when you put them on. And the key is, and that's why it's a good way to do it with fabrics, because the key is to get it like that it looks blended, like you've blended the colours rather than you're trying to match them. So you don't want to wear a skirt and say a blazer and have it look like you're trying to create a suit. It needs to be so it looks like it's blended. So I hope that makes sense. Another trend which could work for a capsule wardrobe is the lilac. Now there's lilac, I've got lilac in my dress today. I've got lilac in this dress. I'll be talking about these dresses a little bit more later, but there's a lilac print in that dress. You'll see a lot of lilac around this spring summer. Now lilac's great. Lilac works well on my skin tone because I tend to, my skin tone tends, my colouring, overall colouring, eye and hair as well included, tends to gear much more towards the cooler side. Now if you're not sure whether you're warm toned or whether you're cool toned, one of the best ways to work that out is to look at the inside of your wrist. So if you look at the inside of my wrist there, you'll see that my veins look quite blue, kind of slightly purpley toned but quite blue, which means that I'm much more towards the cooler tone. Some of you find that quite purple and some of you find they're quite green. If you're green, then you tend to be much more on the warmer side of the spectrum. So that does mean that purple, you would get away with dark, really dark, deep, what you could call lilac, but more like a purple would suit you. But lilac may look a little bit washed out on you. But if you're much more towards the cooler trend, to cooler end, then I would say that lilac would work for you. If you are warmer skinned toned, then maybe look at these kind of neutral trends instead. Now on the opposite side of that spectrum, we've also got these neon colours. Now neon colours are fantastic, and of course they're bright and they're fun and everybody, you know, loves it, and we've all worn neon at some point. The only problem is with the neons is they will date really, really quickly. So unless you are somebody who has a lot of neon in your wardrobe, so you can mix and match and blend it in very well, then I would consider avoiding anything big in the neon trend. And one example of that, which I'm seeing an awful lot of, is the oversized suits. So oversized jackets, oversized trousers in bright, really neon colours. The problem is with those, although they look fantastic and they look really vibrant, they will date within 18 months. Within 18 months, that suit will look dated. And if you're somebody who wants to build a wardrobe, like me, who wants to be a bit more sustainable, and it's not something that's going to fit with the rest of your wardrobe, it might be a trend that you want to avoid. So as you can see, I haven't included any of that today. So that's the kind of main colours. There's going to be a lot of lilac about, a lot of neon colours, and a lot of the neutral trends. So the neutral kind of monochromatic colours are perfect for a capsule wardrobe for several reasons. They blend really easily, they transition from one season to another very easily, and they also go with a lot of other colours. So they're great for what I call a canvas colour, which you can use as a backdrop of your wardrobe. So that's kind of the first thing. Right, another thing, I'll get this out again now quickly. Another trend that we're seeing a lot of style-wise is wide leg trousers. These are my wide leg trousers from Emmy, I think. They're based in Europe. I absolutely love them. So they're like a kind of really lovely wide leg trousers. Now the reason why these work, I think, the only thing is with these, wide leg or straight leg tends to work on more body shapes than any other, kind of like a skinny only suits a certain amount of people. So if you're going to go for a trouser, actually a wide leg or a straight leg, if you feel like a wide leg will drown you, if you're quite petite, then go for a straight leg. These are quite high-waisted. Now high-waisted will make your legs look longer if you're quite petite, but it will make your body look shorter. So if you're quite short around the waist here, if you're an hourglass, you likely have quite a short waist. Then think about going for a medium waist rather than a high waist. But a straight or a wide leg beige trouser are great because, again, you can team it with lots of different things. So for example, it would go with this. It would go with that plain t-shirt really well. It would go with this grey cow neck t-shirt really well. It would go with, well, the shirt that I pulled out earlier for that monochromatic look. It will go, and then if it's a bit cooler, I'll talk about this again in a minute, but if it's a bit cooler, I always have a long sleeved jersey top around because, and this kind of Breton top, I'm a big fan of the Breton top. I don't care what anybody says. They've been around for years and they still look good. Again, a Breton top and a wide leg pair of trousers works really well. It's just really timeless, and it kind of doesn't date, or if it does date, it dates slightly. It doesn't date like something like a neon oversized suit will. So that's one thing, is the wide leg trouser. Then another piece which actually I think is an essential timeless piece for a capsule wardrobe, it's great, is a black biker jacket. Now you can either go for leather or pleather. I got this one a few years back and it still looks exactly the same. Don't go for something which is majorly cropped or or oversized, or just choose a black biker jacket that fits you. Again, that will go with these, the trousers with the Breton top underneath. It's got that kind of like almost Parisian feel about it. You can also team a black leather biker jacket like this with a dress like this to dress it down a little bit. You can't go wrong with a black biker jacket because they're great for that transition between spring, summer and autumn, winter as well. Just something to throw on if it gets cooler in the evenings. And another similar item to that is a straightforward denim jacket. Now, again, you could team these with the trousers. You can team these, if it's a similar shade of denim, which mine are, team it with denim. And it works in a similar way over the top of dresses as well. So a plain denim jacket and a black biker jacket are great additions to a capsule wardrobe because they're great for when it's in the evening, like I say, or in the morning when it's a bit cooler. Now, what I will say about denim, and this is any type of denim, whether it be jeans, whether it be shorts, whether it be jackets, I would advise you to choose a mid-tone denim like this or darker. I wouldn't advise you to go any lighter than this. And the reason why I say that is because lighter denim, like bleached out denim, it's the same with these shorts. These are another timeless capsule edition for spring summer. The reason why I say that is because lighter colours tend to date quicker. When you think of really bleached out denim, you usually identify it with a particular era. It dates quicker than mid to dark tone denim does. It tends to be, this kind of shade or darker tends to be much more timeless. So if you're going to go for a pair of denim shorts, either have a pair of jeans that you've cut down. These are a classic pair of 501 jeans. Or go for a darker pair, like a darker pair than this, because then that will also if you go for like even real dark indigo, over time that will wash down to this kind of shade anyway, and it still looks quite timeless. So that's another one, is denim shorts. Again, with denim shorts, they will go with any one of these items as well. The biker jacket, again, you've got that kind of, it could be 1980s, it could be kind of almost 1950s, it could be 1990s. There's so many different eras you could kind of slot that into. With the denim shorts, again, if you're a little bit worried about your legs, just go for some, you don't have to go for these really tiny ones that go right up your bottom. Just go for a standard. This is kind of what I feel comfortable with, this kind of length. You may well be different, you may want them slightly longer, which is why if you're going to get shorts, I would try them in a shop, or if you're going to cut them, mark them on where they are on your leg and cut it below that first, and keep gradually going up till you get to the length you feel comfortable with. Don't cut it straight off at the top, because the likelihood is you'll cut them too short. Again, that's great. It goes with any of these. It will go with any of these t-shirts. This is a t-shirt that I designed actually, Minimalist Femme. You can also get Minimalist Hom as well. I'll put the details of where you can get this. It's organic, really soft cotton t-shirt. I absolutely love it. It's like my go-to plain white t-shirt, which again is a brilliant thing for having a capsule wardrobe. So as you can see already, all these pieces, the plain white t-shirt, the stripy t-shirt, the button top, all of these pieces mix and match, and you could wear them with any of the bottoms as well, which is why they work for a capsule wardrobe. And this is the kind of capsule wardrobe that I like, because it really works. So I'm all about kind of having timeless pieces in your capsule wardrobe, but then also incorporating a few trends as well. So when you go more towards the trends again, let me just talk about this as well. A jumpsuit. Now, I absolutely love a jumpsuit. You probably, if you followed me before, you'll see I absolutely love jumpsuits. They're so easy to put on. You can just chuck them on over the top of anything. I sometimes wear it with like a button top underneath it, like that, so that you can kind of just see a little bit of the colour in the V there at the bottom. If it needs to be a bit cooler. This one's 100% silk, which is really lovely when it's when it gets a bit warmer, because it just feels really light and airy underneath as well. So a jumpsuit's a really nice one as well. It's just a really easy outfit because you can put it with anything. One other thing as well I want to talk about, just before I go on to talking about the dresses, are these. Oh, and I'll talk about the shoes as well. Now these pair of, they're like almost like harem trousers. I don't know if you can see that. They're in a really soft, they're made by Booty, and they're in a really soft bamboo fabric. Now these are brilliant. Now I would say these can transition from winter all the way through to, unless the hottest days in the summer, but definitely still at this time of year. Now the reason why I love these is because they're kind of smarter than wearing a pair of yoga pants, but you could use these as yoga pants. They're really comfortable. They're great for kind of lounging in the house, a great loungewear, but then you can also put them with something a little bit smarter and actually dress them up a bit. So again, I could put them with this, I could wear them with that, and a pair of my white trainers. which I'll talk a bit more about these, but these are Veja. They're like my favourite brand in trainers. I'll talk a bit about these again in a minute. But so yeah, Booty. And if you like the idea of Booty, I swear to God, I swear by these, because they are the most comfortable clothing I've ever come across. And because it's bamboo, obviously it's more sustainable, which is right up my street as well. If you go over to Booty UK and you decide to buy something, use Capsule Closet at the checkout and you'll get 15% off. Can't be bad. Okay, so next as well, I want to talk to you about these kind of dresses. It's similar to the one that I'm wearing now. This kind of dress, which comes in, this one comes in, flares out again. Now you'll see a common theme here in a minute. Again, this one does, can you see it comes in under the bust there, and then it flares out in an A-line. So all of these dresses, even though some of them are smock dresses and some of them are kind of what I would call a tea dress, that one again is what I would call a tea dress. So if you can see, it comes in under the bust there. So this one and this one are both from a company called Simple Retro, which are one of my favourites. Really beautiful, timeless dresses. Again, you could dress them up. You could put the denim jacket over the top of them. You could put the biker jacket over the top of them, or any of those things, and actually it would work. The reason why I like these styles, and this is similar to, along with the one that I'm actually wearing at the moment, is because this type of tea dress style suits almost every body shape. Now the reason for that is, if you're worried about your tummy, or you're worried about your bottom, or you're worried, you know, that you kind of, there's parts of your body that you're worried about, the smallest part of your body all the time is underneath your bust here. That's the smallest part. So all of these dresses come in at some point under that point and then gently flare out, which means if you're worried about your bottom or you're worried about your tummy, it will gently skim over that kind of part of your body. And it's also very flattering. And not only that, but that style, again, is really timeless. And what you can do in the winter, if you choose to, particularly if you're looking at like kind of a smock dress, which is kind of similar, not quite the same because you don't have the definition directly under the bust, but it's still fitted underneath the bust here and then flares out. Another thing you can do with this, if you, if you wanted to wear it in the winter and actually it was kind of, so you get more wear out of it, this type of style, is again, you can kind of just put a Breton top underneath it and have the sleeves coming out further underneath it. So let me try and show you that so you can see what you mean. So you've got like a striped sleeve coming out the bottom, so you can kind of hopefully see what I mean there. Again, it's where the Breton top comes in again. I like this because it's in a plain block colour. Black might not work for you. If black doesn't work for you, go for another block colour. Maybe go for a navy blue, a kind of French navy, which is like that classic, quite dark, but not black navy, will suit almost everyone. So if you're not sure if black suits you, go for a navy blue in a similar style. I'll put links to where you can buy either these actual outfits as well, or very similar. Finally, with clothes, I just wanted to, I've got another jacket here, which I may as well show you. It's quite unusual. You might have one kind of statement jacket, which you put on, and the way I would do this is to wear this with really simple block colours. So I would wear this with a plain white shirt, or the plain grey one here, because this colour grey here, you can kind of almost pick that up in the print that's running down that, so that's why that works. And that's a way to always kind of match anything out, is to use a block colour, use the print, not the background of the outfit or the garment, whichever print it is, and use part of the print and use that to put a block colour with it. So that's why this shirt would work with it. It's the same with the white, would work as well, because there's white in there. So having kind of a kind of statement jacket like this, I've kind of always had a bit of a thing for jackets. It's always quite good as well, because you could wear something really simple and block underneath and put this over the top. and it can work in lots of different ways. You kind of got to be careful what colours you use and make sure that it's colours that fit with the rest of your wardrobe. But that's mine, and it's silk, and it feels absolutely lovely. So I really like that one. So finally, with my clothes, one of the last things that I want to talk to you about was swimwear. Now, you might not live anywhere where you need to actually have any swimwear, but I live kind of 10 minutes walk from the sea and regularly go cold water swimming. So I just thought I would put this in there. So this is from Rip Curl, I think it is. Yeah, it's from Rip Curl. And the reason why I like these types of surf suits, I wanted to talk to you about these particular style because I think it works for much longer than maybe a bikini or a normal swim costume would. And I'll explain why. So obviously it gives you a little bit more protection. You've got the long sleeves. This gives you protection in two ways. When it cools down, it gives you protection because it keeps you a little bit warmer. But when it's hot and the sun's blaring out, it gives you protection from the sun as well. I think it's got like factor 50 protection. And I actually got the little hair scrunchies that go with it. So I don't know if you can see that, but the hair scrunchies go with it as well. Now, the reason why I think this is practical for spring, summer is because when it gets really hot and you go to the beach, and I just walk back, and so you don't have to even get changed. I literally will go to the beach, I will go in the sea, I will sit down, I'll dry myself up a bit, I will put my shorts on over that, and I walk home. And when you're younger, you don't feel so conscious about it. When you get a bit older, sometimes you feel a little bit more conscious about walking back in a swimming costume or walking back in a bikini. And this is where these come in handy, because it's like walking back in a top. You've got a full length top and a pair of shorts. It might be that it doesn't bother you, but if it does, then these are a really good option to look at. Other brands that I like as well are Davy J and Finisterre as well, because they do recycled fabrics, which are fantastic. So that's all of my options for clothes for spring, summer. And I just want to talk briefly as well about shoes on the bag. So I've got a plain black bag, little clutch bag there. I am looking to get a brown or a cognac one as well, because I always think it's quite good to have. I've got one black belt and one brown belt. So shoes, I keep it quite simple when it comes to shoes. I do have beach shoes as well, because the beach near me is a pebble beach, so you kind of need it to be able to get to the sea. But that's unlikely that you're going to need that, so I'm not going to go into those. But there are a few which I do think worth looking at. These are kind of just day to day, but these are my Birkenstocks. Now, I absolutely love my Birkenstocks. Now, the reason why I got this colour, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a really dark brown. It's not black, it's not brown, it's kind of really, really dark brown. And I liked the copper kind of buckles on them as well. So these, again, would go with any items on this rail. It's kind of, I almost get away with it as well when I wear it with black, because I think because my feet are a slight distance away from whatever it is I'm wearing, you almost get away, because they're so dark, I get away with it, which is why I bought them in this colour, so I could wear it with black, but then I could also wear it with kind of warmer tones like these. If you look again, it kind of works with any of these colours. So these are fantastic. You slip them on and that's it, you go. They're brilliant. Next I've got, which I mentioned earlier, my Veja trainers. They're plain white trainers. I love this brand because they really make a proper effort in terms of sustainability. And as I am now, a lot of this I've either purchased secondhand, or I bought a while ago, or it has some kind of sustainable background to it. I'm much more, when buying new, I'm looking at sustainability more than anything else. And Veja are one of the best brands for that. So take a look at their trainers. Again, I'll put a link. I like these because they're plain white, so therefore they will go with anything. They'll hit that kind of pop of clean colour on an outfit. And again, they would complement any of these pieces. Finally, last but not least, my cowboy boots. Now, kind of cowboy boots, again, are back in kind of this spring, summer. And again, the reason why I like them is because you can wear them with shorts, you can wear them with dresses, you know, you literally, and this kind of shade, again, because it's not, oops, I've got the hairs down. This kind of shade, again, goes with almost anything. So these are very well worn. I will try and find some that are similar and put them in the links below. But I actually bought these in Texas about 6 or 7 years ago, and they're so well made, they will probably last me the rest of my life. They're comfortable, you can just pull them on, and I really recommend that if you're going to get a pair of boots, they last for winter and spring, summer. So again, they're another little timeless piece that will work with almost everything in this wardrobe. So I hope you found that helpful. When you're creating your capsule wardrobe, think about having what you call your canvas colours, so like your beige, your white, maybe your navy blue and grey as your kind of canvas colours, and then think about having some paint colours on top. So it could be, if you're just starting out and you're a cooler skin tone, that you might consider having lilac, which is one that would complement a lot of these here anyway. Then your paint colours tend to be what you paint on top, so they kind of tend to be a bit brighter. That doesn't mean to say though, if you want your whole wardrobe to be bright, you can't, or if you want your whole wardrobe to be neutral, you can't. But it's just a way to kind of get started. Consider what colours suit you as well, because if you know right from the start what colours suit you, then obviously the colours you choose in your wardrobe you know are going to work straight away. If you need help on that, head over to the website and capsuleclosetstylist.com, and look at the top, you can see book a free consultation. Book a free consultation with me, and we can go through how I can help you ascertain which colours work for you. The same goes for body shapes. If you know what body shape you are, you'll know whether to go for a wide leg trouser, a high waisted trouser, a medium trouser, a straight leg trouser, or different styles in dresses and other garments as well. It kind of gives you some input into where to start. So to build a capsule wardrobe that not only works for your lifestyle, works for your colouring, works for your body shape, but also kind of works for you and makes you feel good. And that's the most important thing. So I hope you found that useful. Subscribe below. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Take care.